Hello, hello, hello. Hey there. If you're watching this replay, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Svava Brooks, and I am a trauma recovery coach. What does that mean? I love to support survivors on the healing journey after trauma, abuse, and or neglect. And I do that by offering coaching one-on-one or groups. You can learn more about the services that I offer and have available on my website, svavabrooks.com. So please feel free to visit to learn more. But we are here. If you're here live, please say hello. Please let me know that you're here so we can welcome you, because we are here together, my fellow survivor thrivers. It's Thursday. We are working our way one day, one page at a time through the book and through the journey of releasing our authentic self. So all are welcome. If you don't have the book and have no idea what I'm talking about, it's okay. You're welcome. We also welcome you and are happy to support you in any way that you are looking for support on your healing journey, because most of us, right, we tried this on our own and alone for so long. And we know healing is easier in community. So, and if you have any questions about healing and recovery, we welcome those as well. And if I don't know the answer, I'll turn it over to our wise community here, because we are in this together. Hey, Rob. Hey, friend. UK is in the house. Elizabeth from Spain. Hey, friends. How are you? Good to see you. Sweet woman, he says. Hello, sweet woman. I say that right back. Hello, sweet man. How are you doing? Yes, good to see you too, Elizabeth. How are you today? Hey, Rachel. How are you, my friend? I saw on Facebook that you are having a good day today. I'm feeling today is on the scale, right? 0 to 10, 0 to 10, 0 being 10 being not so good. I'm actually closer to a 2 today. I think not anyone in our world right now is feeling calm and happy or whatever, but I think we will take a 2, right? The sun is shining. I got for a walk earlier, and yes, I got to come here and hang out with some of my favorite people. And just to let my Periscope friends know, I'm also watching the live stream here on YouTube. So bear with me if I'm looking back and forth. But you can also find the link to my YouTube channel in my Periscope profile. So Elizabeth, she says, having back pain, scared I might need to go to the hospital. Oof. I'm sorry, Elizabeth. Back pain sucks. Sucks. Yes, exactly. That will definitely give us anxiety. You know, back pain alone, and then having to go to a medical facility right now, that would make anybody anxious. So I'm so sorry, Elizabeth. So sorry. I'm sure you're doing everything you can, of course, and following protocol, reaching out and calling the doctor first, asking them the best way. Rachel says, yes, me too. Thank God. It's nice to not feel sad. Yes, I hear you. I hear you, Rachel, because that's kind of the downside to being a feeling being, a human in this body. We feel, and especially on the healing journey, when we open up the possibility to feel again, to our feelings again. Many of us have mastered just keeping a lid on feeling anything for so long, and that's how many of us survived. Well, I'm at least going to speak for myself. But once we open that portal and allow ourselves to feel, to get out some of the hard feelings, to also get in touch with the good feelings, then we realize we care and deeply for other people. So when we hear about other people in pain, in suffering, going through struggles, it actually physically hurts us. Your nervous system acts in response to other people's suffering. That explained a lot. So I don't know about you, that explained a lot. But what was then also helpful was when I learned about mindfulness. Hey, friends, welcome. I was mindfulness, right, helps with that, right? Because as humans, our nervous system trigger each other's. So to learn that when someone else is in pain or someone else is struggling, it isn't helpful to crawl in with them into the suffering, but there is something that we can do by just being present with people, right? Because we can't fix other people's suffering, but we can hold a safe space. We can be a grounded, soft, slow breathing, calm breathing presence. So this body in front of you that maybe is hurting can lean on this other body that is sitting right here, not turning away from me and this pain, not trying to fix it, not trying to tell me what to do, right? It's just here with me. Because, like they say, the only way out of the feeling is through the feeling. And another thing, I probably have a PhD in repressing, avoiding, or numbing from pain until I realized it wasn't working. It wasn't working. So I always like to start just like we're doing. How are you doing today, my friends? Just checking in. Where are you and how are you right here, right now? How are you feeling? Yes, Elizabeth, it helps. Well, we are sitting with you, my friend. We are with you, my friend. And actually, as I was thinking about you, Elizabeth, and thinking about sending you love, that's also the power we have as humans. My heart got warm, and I am sending you love. I'm visualizing your lower back, feeling into your lower back. Did you say lower back or your back pain? I'm assuming it's lower back. I'm visualizing your back, and from my heart to yours, sending you love and warmth. Upper back. Okay. I kind of, once I said it, I'm like, wait a minute. I shouldn't assume upper back. All right. So hope that you feel the warmth and the love. I'm sending you some Reiki, my friend. Sending you some healing energy. Only if you want it. Only if you want it. And Rob was out on the river today. He went boating, he says, and he got a good workout. Got a good workout. That's awesome. Good for you. Summer is here. Yes, exactly. Elizabeth, Rob would be right there with you to go with you to the hospital to ease the fear of the virus. Rachel, good for you. It was a nice day. At least here on the West Coast, we're expecting some warmth. But I connected with an East Coast friend, and they're expecting snow this weekend. So crazy weather running through, crazy weather. Rachel, aren't you near that as well, near Donna? Yes, wish we could go together. We could go with you. Oh, okay, Rachel, that's right. I remember you're in New Jersey. Yes, she is in New Jersey, and I hear snow is coming. So, um, I also saw that on the news that the East is getting a cold front. So you better. Obviously, we're all home right now, anyways. But with the snow, crazy weather, crazy weather. Oh, you were hoping for a beach day. I'm sorry, but don't take my word for it. I obviously don't have a weatherman, weatherwoman education. I just take it with a grain of salt. It's just what I saw online. So, oh, nice, nice. Yes, aren't we all counting down the days until the beach is open? So, today, my friends, our topic: self-care, 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 self-care. If you listen to me, you know I'm a broken record when it comes to self-care. Let me set up our conversation. And again, if you want to comment or have thoughts about this topic, please chime in. Or if you have any questions, we welcome that. And again, to my Periscope friends, I got YouTube going right here. So I'm doing my best to keep an eye on both, but I'm so glad you're here. So adding self-care to my life was difficult because I couldn't figure out what I wanted and what I needed. I was really hard on myself about this because I felt it was kind of embarrassing, right? I was a grown woman, but I did not know how to care for myself in a loving, kind way. As a child abuse survivor, I'd spent my life disconnected from my body, disconnected from my needs, disconnected from really knowing anything about what was going on inside here. But I was highly attuned to what other people needed, right? My focus was all out here. And basically, it was if I take care of them, they won't be looking at me. And if I'm taking care of them and putting all my focus and energy out here, then I don't have to deal with this. Then I don't have to look inside. Then I don't have to really maybe take a look at the stuff that I don't want to feel. So, like I mentioned, I was very skilled at taking care of my family and friends, always put everybody else first, often at the expense of my own self-care. And at the end of the day, resentful, frustrated, angry. Don't know if that sounds like you. Maybe it's time, right? That we stop neglecting ourselves. And as a start, maybe put ourselves on the list, the to-do list, right? I never even made it to the list in terms of what I was going to do to take care of myself. But now it's a different ball game. I'm at least the first 3 to 4 things on my list is me, this body, this mental and emotional and physical health of this body. Obviously, my children are older, so I don't need to tend to them the same way I did. And this body is worth it. Its body has been through a lot. No one is going to take care of it. And these bodies that we live in are amazing self-healing machines, really. And when we support ourselves by taking care of some of the, the things that we need as far as eating healthy, balanced meals, getting enough sleep, a little bit of exercise, maybe some meditation, right? Just to lower the stress levels a little bit in our bodies. It's amazing how quickly our bodies get healthy. So the 2 questions that I asked of our community today is, what do you really want today? What do you really want? And what do you really need? Even asking that, for myself in the beginning, I no idea what I wanted. And I had no idea what I needed. So I had to do some work around this. So we have a couple people in our group here in our community that have given me permission to share. So yes, Rachel says, I can relate. Yes. And Rob says, I enjoy spreading the self-care doctrine. I like that. Thanks for the idea and the inspiration. Yes, that's right, Rob. When you realize it is not selfish, but literally the opposite. It's like we have to take responsibilities for ourselves, these bodies, right? We are not children anymore. But the sad part is, if no one tended to our care with love and kindness when we were children, it definitely didn't help, right? We often take care of ourselves the way our caregivers took care of themselves and each other. And then, of course, how they were taking care of us. So and let's see here. Rachel says, oh, so I was feeling quite sad last night and I sat with myself and did tapping when I prayed and I felt a bit lighter. It was a really good experience. Beautiful, Rachel. Beautiful. I am so, right? Of course, I'm sorry that you were feeling sad. Sad is a hard feeling. Very hard to feel sadness. And for many of us, we carry a lot of sadness from our childhoods. But the fact that you stayed with it, right? We do tapping by focusing on the energy that is present and tapping through it, right? Even though I'm feeling sad, just demonstrating here, right? Don't know, I should be touching my face. Right? Even though I'm feeling sad, I can still love and accept myself. Even though accepting the truth of what you're feeling and then tapping on it to release the energy that gets held in our bodies. Because if we're not comfortable with feeling our feelings, what do we do when we feel things? We're not used to feeling things. We contract, we hold, we come in, right? So the best thing we can do to learn, and this is, right, baby steps, this is a process, to support ourselves is releasing the holding, the contraction. And the contraction and the, right, is normal. because this is uncertain. It feels uncertain. No one modeled how to safely process grief or sadness or, even rage and anger or even the happy feelings. So your body responds naturally. Wait a minute, what's going on? So you're doing a beautiful job, Rachel. Beautiful job. She says, yeah, it really does release the energy. It makes me cry when I do it, but I usually feel better after. Beautiful. So happy to hear that, Rachel. Good for you, my friend. That is hard. That is hard. Yeah, we have to learn these things, unfortunately, because no one showed us how. Yeah, you're welcome. Yep, love and self-care, love and self-care. Elizabeth says, I didn't receive the love I deserved as a child, but trying to give it to myself as an adult. Yes, that's it. That's exactly it. It's never too late. Never too late. Never too late. And you are worthy of kindness, right? And respect and care from yourself. So I am so glad to hear that, Rachel. So let's see here. Wanda shared with us and gave me permission to share with you. She says, I want to live in the here and the now 24/7. I want a healthy I can't say that word. Actually, it's when I say that I can't say that word, I can't say it. So a healthy relationship, true friendship with genuine people, and I need to continue working on my emotional health while presenting my authentic self to the world. Beautiful. Beautiful, Wanda. And we see you, we hear you, we celebrate you, my friend, because you are doing all those things. So thank you for that declaration and for the role model. You keep showing up and sharing with us your journey. Really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Rob says here, today I wanted to relax, genuinely relax with an empty mind. And I nearly did that, floating down river on the dinghy, but not quite. I needed to relax fully because I noticed that even sitting, sunbathing, or watching TV, I feel amped and distracted, and I'm struggling to sleep, which is indicative of some tension, hence that desire to relax. Shouldn't be so hard, right? Well, I hear you, my friend. I am so glad that you went out onto the river and that you got to float and get away from it all. Because for humans, I think staring at a screen all day long, we are taking in such an enormous amount of information that our mind is on overload. So I don't know what works for you guys, but I try to minimize exposure to my phone or my computer, right, close to my bedtime, and prefer to read a book or listen to a calm music. What are you guys' tricks? What are some of the tools that you take on or have tried to help you with sleep? I also love to drink hot tea before bed. That also helps me. I actually have a tea that's called calming tea that has chamomile and some, I think it has some lavender in it as well. So, yes, trying to minimize the energy I dedicate to devices. Yeah, and it's hard right now when we are all being asked to physically, um, you know, socially distancing ourselves. We stay connected through our devices, right? So it's good to keep in mind, yes, fidgety manifestation of anxiety. I hear you, Rob. But I also know, my friend, you've been out there walking, right? Moving your body, exercising helps, right? Get the body tired, shifting that energy. Rachel says warm tea, reading, melatonin. Yep. Yep. I also do take CBD oils at night. Actually, I take it in the morning and at night. Um, CBD hemp oil. I find that it helps my allergies a lot. And it kind of calms down that inner nervous system a little bit, takes the edge off. I like it a lot. I do notice I have internal anxiety too when I try to go to sleep. Yep, I hear you, Rachel. And then it kind of can snowball, right? If we're already worried about not falling asleep, then that can keep us up from worrying about falling asleep. So, yes, you're asking, Rachel, the CBD oil. I didn't believe in that until I tried it. And first, I started trying it specifically for my allergies. Someone had sent me some oil to try, and I'm pretty healthy, so I didn't really notice anything different. Since I stay away from, I'm a vegan, so I don't eat dairy or animal products. And um, and I didn't notice it, but then I got really bad allergies. I think it was a couple of spring times ago. And I had heard, and I said, okay, this is where if it works, it should work now. So I went and got some, and within 20 minutes, all my allergy symptoms cleared off. The sneezing, the coughing, I was really, really bad. So now I microdose. I take a teeny little bit every morning and a teeny little bit every night. So a whole, like a bottle, lasts me a whole month. So totally worth it. So, and I've been reading up on that and all the good stuff of what CBD and hemp oil can do for our bodies. Rob says, yes, I like what you're saying about devices. I noticed I was getting dopamine hits from checking social media. I was arguing about wearing face masks on Amtrak form. Yes. I hear you, my friend. I hear you, Rob. It's, I can feel that in my body too. It's like that dopamine spike. It's like when we comment or we see a like or we see a comment, it's like we are training our nervous system to respond to that kind of like a reward, right? So if you can, do your best, right, to minimize that, especially, before bedtime. So, yes, Rachel, make sure it's organic and full spectrum, Rachel. Full spectrum CBD organic. So, I get oils that are grown here in Oregon. So, Yep, I hear you, Elizabeth. She says, I can relate with the dopamine hike hits and like to control it and check social media less often. Yes. Yep, I hear you. It's important. Hey, friend, I'm back. How are you? Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're here. What's your name? I'm engaging with YouTube here, so bear with me. We're talking about self-care. And right now we're talking about the dopamine hits from checking social media. So my voice makes it's not the first time I've heard that, but thank you so much. Someone here on Periscope says your voice makes me feel relaxed. I am glad to hear that. I do have some mindfulness that I've recorded if you're interested. So I actually took some part of a mindfulness course that I did for my groups. I teach an 8-week mindfulness course, and especially right now, knowing that a lot of people are needing some support, I set up some audios. So, all right. Well, can you send me a private message or send me an email? And I will send you some information about it. Visit my website, svavabrooks.com. Send me a message. svavabrooks.com. Send me a message. And I will send you, here you go. I'll hold the book up for you. You got it? So, what was your name? So I know when you send me an email, I know who I'm talking to. Periscope has the name so small, I cannot see it. Hey, Brendan. Awesome. So I'm glad you're here. Like I said, we're talking about recovery after trauma, and self-care is an important part of the healing journey. Learning to care deeply for ourselves, right? Struggled with that. Thought I was broken, or I thought I was stupid because I was like, everybody knows how to do this. What's wrong with me? But I resisted. I really resisted taking care of this body, tending to my health, making sure I was eating well, getting enough sleep, drinking enough water. Speaking of water, that's the other thing to keep in mind, my friends, making sure we're drinking enough water. So let's see here. Okay. Yes, Rob, melatonin can be helpful. Rachel says, my neighbors have been loud the past 2 nights when I'm trying to sleep, and I get so mad. We get my adrenaline flowing and I can't sleep. Yep, I hear you. And again, right, that's part of why we struggle with sleep. We are in our fight and flight part of our nervous system, and we need to downregulate. We need to go into rest and digest. So what are some of the calming things to help slow down our nervous system, right? So our body can rest and digest, right? So many important things that are going on inside of our bodies during the night. What I also found was helpful for me around my sleep routine is that my body likes to go to bed around 9:30. If I go to sleep later, I have a harder time falling asleep. So sometimes I was being, no, I'm going to stay up to 11, and then I'd be paying for it. Yes, exactly. That my body, my rhythm is, I'm heading to bed at 9:30. I probably am reading in bed for about 20, 30 minutes. I do a little bit of Reiki treatment on myself in bed before, and that usually knocks me out. Um, but then I'm up between 6 and 7 in the morning, sometimes even 5:30. So after I struggled and kept staying up too late, after a while, I'm like, no, my body likes this. My body likes going to sleep this early. So getting 8 or 9 hours, that makes this body happy, feel grounded, feel present. So yes, right? It's not helpful to have intense conversation or arguments over text just before bedtime. That is not helpful. Thank you, Rachel. I just saw your comment. Rachel says, Svava does have a lovely, calming voice. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. I am glad that you can feel my kindness. And as you know, I worked hard at that. I struggled with believing that I was a kind human being. But one day I realized I am. I am. And I own it. Leading with kindness and leading from my heart, always. There you go. Rob says, why I enjoy being here in our company is the best insights. And I relate to you all in so many ways too. Feeling blessed. Yes, we are blessed to have each other, to support each other. So, and of course, my friends, you guys know one of my tips is to calm down my nervous system is my self-compassion practice of putting my hand on my heart right here and let my body feel the warmth from my hand. And I like to whisper quietly to my body, I am here, I am here, I am here. And I'm going to be honest, right? In the beginning, when I started doing this, I'm like, what is she doing? That's weird. Why? What the heck? I didn't quite believe it. But the more I do this, I can feel my nervous system, like my shoulders always drop a tiny bit. I'm letting my body know I hear you, I see you, I'm present with you. And doing this, research tells us this is how we activate the parasympathetic part of our nervous system, the one that helps us fall asleep. So this is also something you can do. I have a couple clients that have told me, I started doing this and I just fell asleep. Good. And then also my friends, right, crossing our midline and doing a little bit of tapping, EMDR tapping. Because usually when we get, right, if we're texting our neighbors late at night or we are in an argument online, rub, it will activate our brain. So doing a little bit of tapping also helps the nervous system to calm down a little bit. And just like Rachel said earlier, right, helped her to move her sadness. So just tapping, right? I'm feeling anxious about not sleeping. I'm really worried I'm not going to sleep. I'm really anxious about not sleeping. I'm really worried about not sleeping, right? Just acknowledge exactly what you're feeling. I know I shouldn't be tapping on my face. Right? Tap, 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 tap. Even though I'm feeling a little anxious about losing sleep, I still love and accept myself. And I'm just going to tell my Periscope friends, my battery is dying. So if I go bye-bye, all of a sudden, that's what's happening. So sorry about that. And then also your sympathetic, the vagus nerve, we can massage it by running it over our forehead, down behind our ears. I was actually just watching a diagram that was showing how the vagus nerve runs down here on the side of your neck. So you run over your forehead, back behind your ear, down your neck, back as if you're going over your shoulder, and run your other hand down your fingers. You do this 3 times on this side, and then 3 times on the other, all the way down here. And on the other side, and it actually taps into the vagus nerve and helps your body to. So that's another little tip to try. Rachel, yes. Does anyone's cat wake you up at 4 or 5? Yes, yes, yes. So it got to the point that the cat was putting her hand underneath the door and playing with the door stopper. So I had to take the door stopper off the door. So yes, the cat alarm is no fun sometimes. Absolutely. That's the price we pay for owning kitties. We think we're the boss. They're the boss. So Rob says, do you sleep on your side? I feel my fetal position sleeping is now hampering my sleep. My knees push on each other. Yes, I fall asleep on my back, but I often turn to my side, but I put a pillow between my legs. And that helps. So if you have an extra pillow, you can fold it up or keep it just, I like it to be fluffy and I put it between my knees. That way your knees aren't maybe pulling in, but it supports your hips. Hey friend, welcome. How are you doing? Is it Kayla? Awesome, Rachel. Gonna try them all. Nice. Keep me posted. Keep us posted. Let me know what works. Let me know what works. And of course, with any of these things, the more we use them, the better they work. In the beginning, I didn't feel any of it. And that was also right because I was hardwired to not feel. So it took some gentle caring for this body. It's like, okay, It's okay. Good. Excellent, Kyla. I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing the best I can. Rachel, no, Rob says, my cat is on my bedside table just waiting for that 4 a.m. And your cat used to wake you up by digging in your hair until you got a squirt gun. There you go. Yep, there you go, Rob. Give it a try. Give it a try. And also, I have a sensitive back, so I can relate to Elizabeth having back pain. My pain back, if it shows up, my pain in my back shows up in my lower back, and so I end up getting myself a mattress topper, a really soft one, which is easier to sleep on also than Rob. Even if I'm turned on my side than my other mattress used to be. It used to be hard on my hips. So it only takes 1 or 2 times to train a cat using the water. There you go. There we go. I wish it only took it was that easy to train humans. Rachel, what do you think? I wish it only took a couple of squirts. I don't know. Where's Kyla? Kyla, where are you from? I have a fan on YouTube that's asking. Right, Rachel? So it's our Periscope friend, Kyla. Are you from Wales? And that's what I mean, Rachel. If we could just train ourselves, I'm just going to squirt some water in my face a couple of times. That should do it, right? I'm as good as new. That would be funny, wouldn't it? So I don't know. Maybe there's something to this. Because we are nothing but creatures of habit, right? Just like most creatures. The thing is, we get away with things, right? Maybe another bedtime tactic. That's funny. That is funny. Oh, thought that was coming on a sneeze there. So you guys are silly, silly, silly. Well, I drew the perfect card, of course, today, giving our topic. I pull a card for us every Tuesday and Thursday when we're here. Today, the card is one day he or she woke up and understood everything is a gift, and so is she. So, is that a gentle reminder? So, if we realize what a gift we are, would we treat ourselves better? Would we practice better self-care? Because I see all of you as a gift. You guys were talking about the blessings here in a little bit ago, right? So blessed to having to know you all, Elizabeth. Yes, and we are blessed to have you here. We are gifts, yes. And we are gifts to ourselves, and we are gifts to each other. Right? And the truth is, we are a bigger blessing to other people when we step into the truth of who we are. What a gift and a blessing we are. You guys, water guns escalating to water bombs and hose pipes. I saw that one coming. Yes, it has been a great year as your fellow tribe, and Rachel too. Time flies and much healing done. Baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. That's the only way we heal, my friends. There are no quick fixes. Sorry, right? I tried, and I'm sure all of us willed and hoped and prayed for a quick fix. And again, that's why both my books are 365 days. It's a daily practice to make that shift from surviving to thriving. It's really a lifestyle, and it's a daily choice to learn to accept ourselves, to be kind to ourselves, accept the things that we can't change, and do our best to accept responsibility for the things that we can change. Rob says here, I found a saying, imagine you are dead and now go and live your life how you've always wanted to. Yeah, what's stopping you? Yes. Yes, it only leads to frustration, anger, and sadness if I put pressure on myself to change. Yes, that's right. It's like building a healthy routine. This healing journey, it's all about learning to love ourselves, to take good care of ourselves, to let out our truth, let our light be seen. Because when you know the truth of who you are, you also know the truth about a lot of other people. I mean, okay, not to assume we're all the same, but when you see the gift in you, you see the gift in others. And to me, that's been the gift of the trauma healing journey for me, the post-trauma growth. That when I fell in love with this body, I fell in love with all bodies, every body, because we're all the same. We are all the same. Well, sweet friends, it's always delightful to be here with you. I so appreciate you being here, showing up and supporting each other, encouraging, sharing, being silly, being our authentic selves, not taking ourselves too seriously, but yet we share the hard stuff, right? Keeping it real, keeping it real. So I wish you all a beautiful rest of your evening. I am going to be doing a live in the Facebook group. They're releasing, the Journey to the Heart group tomorrow. So if you want to be there for a chat, and usually on Fridays, I will do a little bit of Reiki, and I will also pull cards. So if you want to come and hang out, get a little bit of support and play, we will be there 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that's 5 p.m. Eastern. So with that, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Yes, you can, Elizabeth. I think you saw the link to the group, right? You're welcome, Rachel. I hope you get a good night's sleep, and I hope those neighbors of yours settle down. That's awesome, Rob. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep. And to all our friends that we missed tonight, we're glad that you are here. Thanks, friend. Thank you for being here. I'll see you next time. I'm back here on YouTube and Periscope on Tuesday. All right. Thanks, friend. So, thank you. Planning on it. Yes, you too, Rob. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Send me a note, Elizabeth, if you don't have the link to the group, okay? All right. Good night, everyone.